All right, we're back. So we're in week 2. This is part 2. We're going to do the trend analysis. On the screen, I have the example from the website. So we're going to, it's not going to be fiscal year for us. It's going to be policy year. And I believe we have 17 through, we'll put 23 on there, but 23 won't be used because we're only a month into it. And then we're going to evaluate within them the number of $0 claims, open claims. If there's a lot of open claims, we may not use it for certain trending. We'll use it for the count, but we won't use it for the amount paid if there's too many things still open. And we'll just kind of break it all down. So that's the plan. So typically, I don't know why I keep saying so as a transition. We're not going to do the average paid per claim as a graph anymore, or a figure. It just doesn't work out. We'll do the number of claims and we'll do the total paid. That's the plan. So let's go back to our data set. I'm going to begin with the outliers still included. And so I have to do a little bit of manipulation. I'm going to take my outlier assessment tab, copy it. What'd I do? Let's try that again. Control copy. Hello? There we go, I think. Yeah, okay. That was kind of strange. We need to bring the data back up. We'll do it with and without. And so therefore it is important that if you haven't done it already, add these numbers. These numbers will help us identify our outliers. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back up to the top, go to the first line, hit paste. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to try to get rid of it. There we go. There we go. Just trying to clean things up a little bit. Essentially, it just went back. So now I'm back to my 250. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need it. I will leave these. So now these are equal, as they would be if everything was whole again. And so let's see, what else is, I copied and pasted. All right, let's get rid of these, right? Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. Delete. I'll just delete this. Anything else here? No. Well, there's some weird looking lines, but that's okay. That won't bother me. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to figure out, I like to see what I'm doing here. And so I'm going to get rid of, should I push this down or should I leave it up here? Typically like to see what I'm doing. I'm going to get rid of this. Oops. Because I can always go back and find this information. I'll delete this. I can leave this here. I'm just going to shrink it. Okay. Because I want to be able to see these things. All right. So we're going to do the years and then we'll do the count and the, so this is going to be the policy year, and then we're going to do the count, and then we're going to do the paid medical and all that stuff. I mean, we could just do total paid, but I think it's interesting to do them all. And you see I line it up just to make it easier. It's easier to track things. And then average per claim. I wonder if it would be interesting to do median as well. I don't think I've ever done that. But it's so dependent on how big some of these entries are. So I don't know. I'll give myself one more line to work with. So the policy year, let's see, where is that? Policy year. Policy year is under column B. The count will be column B. And this is just me trying to do a little bit of, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Just kind of showing you where things are. This is column S. This is column T. This is column U. And this is column V. And this is total paid divided by count. Make these all small. And of course, you can look at the assisting document or anything like that, should you need more information. Okay, so this is going to be our data table. So our policy years are 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023, but it's only going to be a few. So it's column B. So what I do is I go equal, count if, and I'm going to say B2 to B251 is policy year 2017. I got 29. Now what I'm going to do is go up and I'm going to put a $sign in front of the 2 and 250. So when I drag it down, it's still counting from it. There we go. The total, then check my work. Oh, Jesus. I don't know why that happened. That's crazy. All right, let's try that again. Equal sum of all of this stuff here. 250, so that's correct. And I'll be graphing this soon. So the paid meta, it's going to be the same thing, but it's sum if. So equal sum if. It'll be if, so you do the original, because we're doing policy years, the original range. So if B2 to B251 is this year, then add up S2 to S251. Return. Get rid of the pennies, make it into currency. Oh, and then I gotta get rid of the pennies. Got it. All right, now I gotta do something special to this to make it work. So as I go up and down, I obviously want to freeze the 2 and the 251. As I go, let's see here, how do I do that? I think I have to do both. Because as I go up and down and left and right, I need that to stay the same. As we go up and down, I want that to change, but as we go left to right, I want that to stay the same. And as I go left to right, I want, okay, there we go. All right. So by adding those $signs, and I'll do it again. I just want to check to make sure my work is correct here. There we go. All right, let's check our work. All right. If you do like the centering and everything, it works. All right, so my total, is that equal this? It does. Does this equal that? It does. Okay, everything checks out. My average is equal to the total paid divided by the count. Center it, drag it down. And I could drag it all the way down to there. So 69.75, 69.75. Everything worked out. All right. So what I want to do is I do want to get the counts of things. So I need to know the number. I'm going to do the open close first. So status. I'm going to do the number of $0 claims. There's not that many. Oops. And then there's this huge thing. Can I reduce this? It's the description. It's the claim description. Oh, what else do I need here? I'm just gonna have to peek back. Open claim, percent of open claims, max claim, percent max. Okay. All right. So let's. Oh, I can't do that. Boy, that would have been a huge mistake. Move this over one. This is going to be percent open. Number of $0 claims. I'm going to say max claim, percent max. And now I want to do the ranges. That'll just help me. Well, I need to know the columns first. Claims. Where's the claims? Status is J. Column J. See, I'm gonna have to do some typing on this one because I can't. It's not simply doing a count for the whole thing, unfortunately. Count if that to that is that is that. No, it'd be a double. Maybe there's an easier way. Percent open will be basically the number of open. Actually, I should say number of open claims here. Number of open claims. Percent open, number of $0 claims. That would be under column V. That's the total paid. The max is also under column B. And then percent max, yeah. All right, let's see if we can figure out the best way to get the ranges. So range start, range end. So this is just a little bit of, I'm gonna do some math in my head here. This is just so I can type it in faster. So the start of the range is 2. We know that. It starts, row 2. Row 1 is the stuff. And then we also know the number of things. And so 2 counts as 1. So basically it's going to be equal to whatever number is here plus this number minus, is it minus 1? Yeah, minus 1. Okay. So let's see. So does it go from 2 to 30? Let's go find out. Is it? Oh, it's not even sorted by it, is it? I gotta quickly do the sort by number. Oh, glad I remembered that. That would have been messy. Filter by number, smallest to largest. All right, does it go from 2 to 30? Let's see. Yeah, row 30. And then row 31 is the first for 2018. Yeah, don't forget to sort it back. It would have been really bad. All right, so 2 to 30. This is going to be 31. So this is going to be equal to this number plus 1. Now, if I bring this down, it goes to 67. Let's see if 2018 goes to 67. 2018 goes to 67. 68 is the next one. So I've got the proper way to figure out ranges. Basically what I can do is just highlight the both of these because I'm correct and go all the way to the bottom. It should go to 251. Oh, that's total. You don't want total. D. So 251. All right, so I've got my ranges. Now what I want to do is type in like the number of open claims for policy year 2017 will be equal to count if J2 to J30. So I typed in these two ranges and it's J. If that is, and I put quotation marks, open, count it. I said there's 0. I kind of knew there was going to be 0, to be honest with you. But I wanted to demonstrate it all. Equal, count if, and this is J31 to J67. If that's open, count if, J68, colon, J91, open, count if, J92, J143 is open, count if, J144 to J194 is open, equal, count if, oh shoot, there's reopen too. Okay, I'll type this in quick. J195 to J243 open, equal, count if, J244 to J251 is open. All right, let's add them up. Equal sum. 19. Do we have 19 open claims? We do, and we've got 6 reopen. So we got to find out where those are. That's what I was kind of freaking out about a little bit there. So I'm going to hit cut and paste. Good. Number reopen. Is it reopen or reopened? past tense. Reopened. Reopened. All right. I wonder if I was to take this, copy it, go here and hit paste. It brought it over to K. You see that? I thought it might do that. I mean, if I put dollar, no, that's a lot of work. I'll just retype it all. Equal count if J2 to J. Well, we know, I'll just do it anyway. 30 is reopened. I'm going to start down here. It's more fun. Count if J244 to J251 is reopened. There's 4 of them right there. How many are we looking for again? 6? Yeah, so when I find 6, I should be done. Count if J144 to J194 is reopened. I'm almost there. Equal count if J92 to J143 is reopened. J68 to J91 is reopened. There it is. And for prosperity's sake, J31 to J67 reopened. It should be 0. There we go. Okay, so we got everything here. So now the percent opened is equal to the quantity of this plus this divided by the number. Boom. So now what I can do is drag this all the way down, and it's supposed to be a percentage. Didn't think of that. Okay. All right, so we got 100% of them counted for, I believe. Isn't that right? Okay, 100% of the 2023 is still open. We're only a month in, so we won't be trending 2023 at all. Will we be trending 2022 with 28% still, or 28.6% remaining open? There's 14 open. We're going to look at it, but we probably won't. We'll probably be trending 2017 through 2021 policy years. When it comes to money, the number of claims is okay through 2022. There won't be any more opened claims because we're in 2023 now. But because we still have, what's the number again? A total of 14 open claims from that year, these numbers are going to increase. They're going to increase. Yeah. So therefore, if we were to use it for trending, it would be off because it would actually bring the overall trend downward. All right, so let's see. Do any of these really make sense? We can just see, yeah, $0 claims equal count if. And this is, I put column B. Why did I put column B for open claims? Because it should be V. What the heck? Because that's the total paid column. See? Total paid. That's what I wanted. All right. Count if V2 to V30 is just equal to 0. There's 4 of them. V31 to V67 is 0. If V68 to V91 is 0. V92 to V143, 0. V144 to V194 is 0. Count if V195 to V243 is 0. Let's add them up. We got 16. Is that how many we have? We got 23. So there's going to be a lot here. Equal, count if V244 to V251 is 0. A lot of them. Okay, do we have our 23 now? Yeah, we do. $25. So 10% of our claims are still are opened overall. Interesting. I guess we didn't really calculate that, did we? No, we didn't. Well, yeah, we did. It's this plus this, 10%. Okay. So we did kind of know that. It came back to me. Max claim. Let's figure that out real quick. Equal max of V2 to V30. Max V31 to V67. Widen it a little bit. Get rid of the pennies. Equal max V68 to V, can't see it, 91. Max V92 to V143. V144 to V194. V195 to V243. V244 to V251. $8. We're not going to add this up because it's just the max for that particular policy year. The max percent is equal to that amount divided by the total paid. And that should be a percentage with 1 decimal point. Interesting. That's why we look at. Do you see how much each of these max claims represent? Per policy year is like per policy for that year. It's a lot. It's an outlier. It's going to influence things. So there we go. I'm going to save my work. I should have done that in the last video. I did after I stopped the recording. All right, this is week 2, and I'm going to put trend analysis. Policy year, trend analysis. Make sure you're always saving it. Make sure you're saving it. And I got to give it a title. This is policy year trend with outliers. And we're going to remove them in a little bit. But first, let's graph some stuff. So we'll take the policy year and count all the way through 2022, highlighted both columns, and I go insert scatter plot. Right here, scatter. There we go. Now we have to doctor it up a little bit because it's kind of plain. Oh no, I guess everything kind of is working out here. I'm going to left click and go to add a trend line, and I want it to extend it by 1 year. So go forward by 1 year. I want the R square and the equation. And that's it. Because what we do is when we take out the outliers, this R square should increase. That's what the outliers do. It moves things around. So 2019, there's less numbers. Well, no, actually, no. This number should improve just a tiny, tiny bit. But because that's the count. So this is the number of claims per policy year, 2017 through 2022. And so what's the trend here? It's going up. It's not great. I mean, an R square above 0.5 means, yeah, there's some trend there, but you need to be above like a 0.8 to really say, wow, this is a pretty good trend, because we've got a high one and a low one. So the highest and the lowest happened 1 year after each other. So what happened from 2019 to 2020? If you're like, oh, it's the pandemic, yeah, you're probably right. That may have contributed to it. Or maybe this was a low performance year and this is a high performance year. Don't know. Lots of questions. Okay, so let's do the amount paid. So what I need to do is I first need to start here. I'm not going to use 2022. Why not? Because 28.6% of these claims remain open, which means it's going to go up. But if we keep it in, it's going to make like it's going down, but it's not. So I go to Insert, Scatter Plot. For this, I have to do a little bit of doctrine because I don't have anything on the x-axis. And again, there's only 5 dots. So I left-click on a dot. Is that right? No, it's a right-click. My bad. Hit Select Data. Click on Total Paid. Hit Edit. I'm going to put in the x values. It should go there. And hit OK. So I have to fix this up a little bit. It always does that. I'm just going to do the, is it Format Access? Minimum will be 2016. I want it to go to 2024. Just want to mimic the other one. Major 1, yep. Is that it? Did it do it? I think it did. All right, let's do a best fit line to 2023, or a trend line. Go forward by 1. I want the equation and the r squared. Okay, so it's staying pretty even. Interesting. So that was total paid. So now let's bring in the other ones. So I'll do another right click, go to Select Data. I'm going to add one. The name is going to be medical. The X values is 17 through 21. And the series is right here through 21. Hit OK. I'm going to do another one. Add. I'm going to do indemnity. X values, 17 through 21. And the Y values are the things that are under indemnity. Okay. And I believe we have one more. We'll do the legal defense, even though it's a very small amount. The name. The X values. And the Y values. Good. Okay. Now it's complete. Wish we had more dots. We just don't. We got 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. 22 is not there because it would be not representative of what's going on. I mean, we've got 2. Yeah, everything else is fine. Everything else is fine. All right, let's go ahead and trend line all of these. All of them we want to go forward 1 year and get the equations. So the r squares, not good numbers at all for those two. Add a trend line, go ahead by 1. Let's get the equations. Kind of expected that to be a little bit higher. Add a trend line. We're going to be doing a lot of this later, so it's good experience. Trust me. So what do these equations mean? It's the equation of the line. The slope is the change per year. That's basically what it means. And so we can see that I should probably put in a legend. I don't like it right there. Can I move it? That's a little bit better. Also, that's really big font, I think. I don't know. I can make this a little bit bigger. I should probably have a title. Not access, chart title. I'm trying to line up the axes so it's about the same size. So our r-square value is not good. So therefore the forecasting is not super accurate. But how is the safety program performing from a work comp cost perspective? Well, it actually looks like it's doing decent. I mean, it's not going down. We'd like it to go down, but it's staying steady. It doesn't matter. When we start digging into the specifics of where costs have been occurring, that's when we're going to find opportunities to invest in order to actually make it go down. Total paid claims per policy policy year 2017 to 2021. So that's the first step. How's the safety program performing, all things considered? There seems to be a trend. Claims seem to be increasing. We expect there to be more than 50 claims in 2023. From a cost perspective, it's hard to say. I mean, if we look at the trend, it goes up, down, up, down. You would think it would come up in 2022. For no other reason than that's the pattern. We're at 260 already. So it's already right here, and it's going to increase. And so it could get above 300,000, which means that it's not going down. How's the safety program performing? There's obviously, I don't say obviously, there is room for improvement. We just got to figure out where. Even if it was like everything was going down, there's always room for improvement once you start digging in. I'll just let you know that. Save my work. Make sure you put comments in, talking about it now. And that's where, you see, it looks like it's going up about 4.8, which will round up. So we're going up on average 5 claims per year. The cost is staying very steady. It's only going up like $37 a year. So it's very steady. That's with outliers included. Let's see what happens when we remove them, okay? So I'm going to hit highlight the whole thing, copy. It did this last time too. What's it doing? Interesting. It's just pausing weird. Now what we need to do is we need to get rid of the outliers from up above. So I gotta zoom in. Yeah. I'll highlight the first row, which is the header row. Go to data and filter. And now we're gonna go by total paid. High to low. Largest to smallest. You see our 15, we had labeled them before. So I'm gonna highlight that. I'm gonna hit Control X to cut. And I'm going to bring them down below, all of the work. Paste. Okay, it's all down there. Now, this shows that it's been removed. And it should also show it in here, too. See, 235, 656,035, 650. So it automatically, now this over here is no longer any good. Because this was specific to the ranges. And now, I mean, I could resort it back, but it would still be messed up. So what I'm going to do is just delete all this. Okay? I'm clearing it. I'll leave the format and everything, but this is with outliers removed now. Now, this is the old, okay? This still refers to the previous page. So what we can do is we have to regraph these, but we can take a look at it. Here, I'm going to go number of claims per policy year, 29, N equals, actually I can't say that because I didn't use the final year. I'll say outliers included. Now why can't I say N equals 250? Because we didn't include 2023 for this one, and we didn't include 22 or 23. So I'm basically just stating that the outliers are included. Include. And can I hit a return and make that go down? Okay. So let's go ahead and graph this. Insert. And I'm gonna put it right below it so we can compare the two. Here, I can get rid of some of these things. Try and get a little up. Yeah, I'm okay with that. If you are for now, because we're just gonna compare. Yeah, that's better. Can I shrink that down at all? It's at 14. What if I brought it down to 11? Just trying to be expeditious here. Why won't that? I don't care. I'm not going to worry about it. We know we have the answer to when the outliers are included. What does it look like? I'm going to save my work. Let's regraph it now. All right, policy year and count all the way up to 2022. Insert scatter plot. Oh, sometimes it doesn't want to go. All right, so now this is number of claims per policy year 2017 to 2022, and it's 15 outliers removed. if I was to click on that, can I go back down to 11? Okay, so we're going to be comparing these two. Let's see what happens when I add the trend line. Bump it ahead 1 year. Get the equation and everything. So 15 have been removed. What did it change? Went from 0.5645 to 0.63. It increased, it improved. With outliers removed, it shows that there is an increase of 5 per year. See, it didn't. The look of it doesn't look too different, but with 15 of 250 removed, it improved a little bit. But that's not a big deal now. What we want to really see is this one. This is the important one. This should improve it. Let's see if it did. We'll go back to 2021. Actually, we could do 2022 because it's the highest one. I mean, it's just going to increase. So let's do that. I'll keep it in for this because we know it's going to increase. When it's already the highest, then it's better to keep it in if it's higher. If it's super low, then it doesn't really help. All right, let's do it. Insert scatter plot. I could do it without. I think we'd have something fairly similar. All right, there's the total paid. We need to right-click, select data. We need to add the X values, 17 through 22. We're going to add the medical. Add the years, add the amounts. Realizing, I mean, we're going to put a caveat in there that 2022 is going to increase. But if we did it before, it would have given us kind of a weird thing. Let's do indemnity. Maybe what I'll do is I'll show you what happens with it in and with it out. And you can decide whether you think it should be there or not. Last one, legal expense. I was going to say legal defense. All right, hit OK. All right, let's add the trend lines. Does it go to 2024? No, maybe it will after we add the trend lines. Let's see. I'm going to go forward 1 year, display the equation and stuff. Can I leave that up? Add trend line? Oh, I guess I can. One. Add trend line. And one more. One. All right, let's see what we have. It's kind of messed up. Now, did our R-square values improve? Because that's typically what happens when we remove it. That the data better fits a trend line. When the outliers are removed, that's what you'd expect. Now, did it? Well, we went from point blah, 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 blah to 0.81, which is really good. We got an 8.7. We have a 3.6, not as good, but that's just, what is green? Green is indemnity, I think. And then we've got this, which, yeah, not a big deal. But these two, it's a much stronger forecast now because the R-square is above 0.8, which is great. Anything above 0.6 is good. So that's what we have now. So let's ask the question again. How is the safety program performing? Well, with outliers removed, that which it affects our data, well, the trend lines are much improved. And we went from an estimated 2023 loss of 300,000 down to, because I'm at 2023 now. I should expand this out a little so we can compare it. My 2023 now is about 170-ish, so it's a lot lower, ladies and gentlemen. So 300 to 170, so it went down. But why did it go down? I took out the more expensive claims. But the trend line is better, so it's also more conservative. So this is so 2023. Now this is going to keep going up. So this is actually going to keep going up. It is going to be a little bit higher. If I was to take it out now, should we see if it changes anything? You're probably like, how do we do that? Well, if I click on it, click on one of these lines, I can do this. We'll just see if that changes anything. Well, yeah, okay, it made this worse. It came down to a 0.67. But now if I was to forecast a 2023, go up by 2. It now has it to be a lot lower. Okay. So by adding it, it made it higher, which is exactly what we want. We want it to be, more, it's going to be more in line with what it's going to be. So let's go back to select data. Oh, nope. I just want to click on it and go up and redo it. Oh, why isn't it doing it for me now? There we go. All right. I went back up to 0.815. Okay, so this is going to continue to go up. When it does, this R square is probably going to come down a little bit, but yeah. Now, is 2024 the year we want to forecast to? I mean, because it's going to be this year. I think so. Yeah, let's not go too far. So I'm going to bring this back. There we go. So a conservative estimate, because it is going to go up, would be $170,000 in total pay, not including outliers. This indicates it's going to be more like $300,000, but probably a little bit above $300,000. And we're currently at 163. Okay, we're currently at 260. And it's probably going to go up to, it's going to go over 300,000. We had 325, 334. What are we thinking? Like 360 or something this year? Let's do something fun. Let me, how can I find that? I can look at the original data set and we can see what their estimates were given the original data set, where I had built in the okay, what do they expect it to be? Well, they're looking at the real numbers. I thought it was here what they expected it to be. Okay, that's 20 through 21, 21, 22. So we're there. That's the minimum. That's the controllable. Oh, 2023. Okay, they've got the actual, but what's the estimate? What do they estimate the loss is going to be? 368. I think that's right. I think that's what they're expecting. 368,000 in primary losses. And that's what we're looking at, primary losses. So, I was pretty close, wasn't I? In kind of estimating that. Go back to here. Yeah. So yeah, looking at that's probably what they're estimating. It'll be somewhere up around 360, 370. Which means, again, this right here is a very conservative estimate, but it is trending up. And that's when you take out the more expensive claims. That's what it does. It makes it a better represented forecast, more reliable forecast. All right, let's go ahead and put this in here. Year trend without outliers. So we think there's going to be more claims in future years based on the trend. Now here's the other question. This is all historical stuff. Why can we, what gives us the right to use historical data to forecast the future? You can't do that, right? Well, my assumption or my contention is that if business continues as it is, practicing safety the way we have over all these years, these trends should continue unless something very drastic or external impresses upon the system. And so the purpose of this study is to try to figure out where we would get the most leverage in making that external change. We got to figure out what is driving these costs with outliers removed to go up, what is driving a higher frequency. If we know where that is, we can go to management and say, look, next year, this is what we estimate are going to be the costs of these types of claims. Let's get ahead of it. Let's put this much money into it to really study the work, to talk to the workers, to figure out what we can do to mitigate what these exposures might be, or put in controls so that it's eliminated if possible. And if we do that, we won't experience those losses, in effect then providing a return on your investment. And that doesn't include how it will reduce the EMR in future years. Again, the EMR is calculated based on a 3-year rolling average, not including the current of the previous year. So 3 years, but 5 years back. 5, 4, 3 years back. That's what we're seeing here. We just learned a lot, everybody. This was an important part of the study. We answered 2 questions. What's the quality of the data? Well, it's skewed by outliers. Just a handful, 15 really expensive claims represent how much? Over 62% of everything that's been paid in this 5-year, full 5-year policy years. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That would make 6. So 6 years. 6 years. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 6 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 years. And with the outliers removed, we have a better R-square value, which means the best fit line or the trend line is a better, that things look to be going in this trend area. Anything above 0.8 is very good, especially with just this few numbers. As you can see, you go up here and they just be like, no, trend line's kind of like just random in between everything. These are closer. And so we have some fairly definitive evidence of what's going to happen next year or into the future. We could go 3 years into the future, 5 years in the future, whatever you want to do. Something has to change. There has to be an external force applied to this system to affect this trend. Where are we going to focus that attention? How much money should we put into it? That's the next question. That is the key to getting management committed to investing and then allowing us to go engage with the workers to understand what we can do to, change the way they do things, bring in technology to help stuff, redesign work, better forms of protective equipment, better administrative controls. We're going to test it. In working with the workers, we should be able to come up with a solution that allows them to be successful at their job, safer, and hopefully elicit some satisfaction from it. Mic drop, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're attempting to do, and we're well on our way.